Thokozani, I am Puabadimu and I welcome you to my channel and thank you so much for choosing to view my video. Today I'll be talking about misdiagnosis, especially when it comes to the calling and everything else around it, because all these things happen and we never really get to address them or realize how far or how serious, it can lead, and it is very, common these days. And I do not also want you looking at this video to feel as though your life is at the end or you are not going to make it of whatever it is that you're going through, because misdiagnoses happen at all times. But what I want you to know, that amadlozi are our parents and they love and they care for us, and they know everything about us. They know our DNA. They know where we're going. They know where we're coming in. And that is the whole concept around having amadlozi, because they are there to guide us, to lead us, to direct us, to show us what to do, where to go, how to stand, in terms of life. So now, I think, as abantu bamnyama, have been brainwashed to think as though amadlozi are a group of people that are out to get us, that are out to snatch our wigs, that are out to just be savage on our lives. And that isn't the case. Amadlozi are our parents, and they always want the best for us. But now, what happens in the case of a misdiagnosis, whereas you go for a consultation and you're being told you have a gift? I did try to reiterate this in a previous video I did, speaking about the calling and a gift. We all come gifted uma siza la emhlabeni, but how our parts differ, it's when we have a calling or whatever the case might be. So what happens in the case of you have a gift and that was misdiagnosed as you have a calling, and you find yourself almost so twasa, and gosh, that road is very, very lonely. It is very stressful, because once you go down that road, you never make it out. Because what I want you to be aware of, right? Idlozi is not a scam, but a scam is something, or rather someone, pressuring you into ukuvuma ubizo nawe self ongalizwa noma ongalifili. Because you are born ngalendlela oyiyo. You are born gifted. You are born a healer. It shows in your upbringing as you're growing. Ukuthi no, this one has got a particular calling. Ubizo lwakhe lolu. Because at that time you're receiving your spiritual awakenings in your life, all these things are being identified, right? And as you now mature and whatever, then Idlozi now sees fit that it's now time for you to accept your calling. So what happens is that when we go for consultations and all these things in between, is that you become threatened, you become told that you're gonna die if your twasa, or all these other things and all these other things, and it can get very, very, very stressful. I do not want to lie, because at the same time you're trying to find help, but where you trying to get help, you're being scared into getting the help. That must be tricky. I've been there down myself. I've been told numerous times that if you don't swasa, you're gonna die. Wah, wah, wah. And honestly, all of that, I can boldly switch in today and tell you that that is nonsense. Amadlozako will never kill you. I mean, why kill you when they want you to fulfill a purpose, when unomsebenzi omuhle kanje waiting for you? Imagine if these lozis killed me. Icaleli ngaga, kuba ningazi, But it is them being strict and firm and trying to show you, Guti, now it's time for you to answer your calling. So people often feel trapped, or rather fall trapped, because you're being told that you're gonna die, you're gonna this. You will never die, because unobizo. You will never die. But now, the problem that is very common these days is that mental disorders, and our spiritual ways tend to have blurred lines in between them. Because I always say, I think, or I wish ukuthi abogobela would have a greater understanding when it comes to our mental disorders, because some other people bangene phehlweni uthola ukuthi umuntu is suffering from a mental disorder, and because they're hearing things, automatically you're thinking that lelo yidlozi, Was that person born a healer, or they are going through things and they are having a mental disorder, or rather there's certain things they're going through, or sometimes even midlife crisis? There are some people facing impilo, good people, that they rather opt to go to bahamba twasa, or someone that has, is going through a lot, but alternatively what is at their hand uguta twasa. Because honestly, the misconception is that uma nenze khaya seniqale nilandele izinto zamadlozi, obviously someone uzotwasa. No, get that out of your mind. Sometimes there's nothing wrong ukulandelela izinto zakini ezesiko ezedlozi, because it is like that ezakini at the end of the day. And then umuzi onesangoma, that is common, that is a fact, but not in 2021. Every household has a boy. Every household. So, but what I'm trying to say to you is that you can go about your spiritual life. The whole point of connecting namadlozi and understanding what is going on is because now we are remembering, honoring our forefathers. These are not iztiko zetu or whatever the case might be, because you might hearing someone say, I'm going to church and I also do believe in amadlozi. Whose ancestors are those? Are those mine or those yours? And why are you trying to be... You don't have to explain anything. You want to explain that you're remembering your mom. You want to explain that you're remembering your grandmother. Because even in these churches, these cults, whatever you want to call them, they believe in these founders that started these churches, and they still believe in them and they still pray, they call their names. So they do honor ancestors. It's just that you being told that don't honor your ancestors, So I honestly don't want you to feel bad wherever you are for not, wanting, whatever the case might be. Isn't those angels? It's nothing to be ashamed of. The main point is that you're making it look dirty because you're lighting a candle and she's in purple and we are good. That is a form of respect. That does not mean, that is a god or whatever the case might be. To people that have come before us. That is why they are ancestors, and there's absolutely nothing wrong. And the misconception we have as an African people is that uma ngiphatla kakhulu, uma ngithandaza kakhulu, izinto zami zizolunga. No, all of these things that we're doing, whatever you want to call it, that is the power of manifestation that you're doing. Every day you're reminding your spirit of what it is you want, and you are aligning everything with the universe. So ungaphahla kay 530 amakhandlela wakho azathatha shape aphenduka ubuso bo Beyonce. But what I'm trying to say to you is that no amount of candles will manifest into oifunayo if wena ngokukwakho emoyani you are not aligned with what you want. Because you can say today, I want impilo right, I want this, but there's so many things trapping you or holding your life. Whereas Islos is saying, how am I supposed to give you 1, 2, 3 when you still have A, B, C in your life, and you're still keeping 1, 2, 3 as your friend, and you're still having John as your partner, and you're still having Mary as your partner, and you're still stuck in this mindset, we should just get it out of our heads, because that is why there's so much desperation, I mean, it's sad. I don't honestly want to lie. If people understood their spiritual power and spiritual intelligence, today would be literally empty, because everything and anything that you have, and what happens when you start walking the path of living is that usebenzela ogwakho. You are attracting what is already yours. So now some people get lost. But because we never plan, or rather, want to listen or be guided when it comes to isimo sempilo sedlozi, that is why kuba nzima. And honestly, izinto zedlozi, it's not magic. If you're looking for magic, Google magic, because it is not magic. You are just honoring amadlozi. For you to take that $500 and be like, let me buy that chicken, let me buy that thing. Usukubonga impilo, because what amadlozi do, they align you, they protect you. Because you can't be saying, go ngicela impilo right and ungaphili right, ungafuna mameli, because it does like will guide you, try to show you good. Guzufika kwa point B. You need to, lose 1, 2, 3. You need to do this. You need to do this for yourself. So I don't want you to look at yonke lento yedlozi and misunderstand it and think it's something a job ukuthi oh mangaphahlanga lamadlozi, oh gosh, they waiting there bangilindile bathi akaphahlanga namhlanje akaphahlanga. No, it's not every day I want to talk to my mom about everything, but you should know that umuyamsamo or uyophahla, whatever the case might be, that is your safe space. That is where you're going to breathe spiritually. That is where you're going to offload. You understand that? So even it comes to misdiagnosis, when it comes to umuntu ahambe and untole sekathwasile hambe the whole route and come back and you can't do anything. I always say this. You cannot teach someone to be a healer. Uya ephehlweni to already ukuthi what is there to be harnessed or illuminated. Because you can't come back and say angisebenzi or angiphiwanga abantu or whatever the case might be, because bosayelani lapho. I mean, would you leave your warm fuzzy bed? Would you leave your wig at home for you to go around, walk barefoot like you King Kong in someone's house, for you to come back and say, yeah? No. Let us be realistic sometimes. Even when people are being admitted into these training institutions, you need to evaluate these people. Sometimes in accept abantu bayahlanya, they are schizophrenic. You understand that? Umuntu has multiple personalities. They are able to act. They are able to because now everything is out there. People can fake a trance, can fake being edlozini. You might utshela ukuthi uthwasisa umuntu unedlozi eli, but uthwasisa a person who's got multiple personalities, has and or someone who's got bipolar. But because the support systems in our families are what tends to lead us astray. Sometimes desperation nathi to a certain extent, because you feel ukuthi the solution to my life uktasa. If I can just give it to you in a minute or so. You are broken, right? You're trying to find your path. It's, bad. You're going through the ups and downs. You're depressed and then have to go to your twasa. Figure twaseni, it's depressing. There's emotional, there's physical, there's mental, there's spiritual abuse. You come back, twaseni, you have traumas. You need to heal. So it means that ubani ongazicelela into enjalo, like ubani ongazicelela into enjalo. That's where I'm trying to go with this, because now we are trying to make you understand that don't run and think ukuthi ukuthwasa is an escape from everything. Ukuthwasa umuthwasile everything is good. You have to unlearn life and learn it on a new level. It is a lot. It is a lot. The healing part of it, it is painful. Kundlula leyo khamba ngamadolo ukhamisa ngathi anaconda. It is very hard. It is very painful. It is very spiritually demanding, emotionally demanding. So misdiagnosis happens all the time. You need to feel it in your spirit. Nawe gogo or mkhulu ukuthi this is my journey. Uma mhlampe kunento in your spirit that is telling you otherwise, hlale ekhaya and get the necessarily validation oyidingayo, because that is why sibaningi or rather nilokunithi, but abukudluzam are not showing me. They're not showing me because you have to sit down and watch TV. Where are you going? Calm down, Gabanda. But point is that we are just desperate for this better life, for this best life. But impilo engcono noma impilo enhle, heart to heart uyazakhela. From nothing you build whatever it is that you want out of your life. And amadlozi won't say it to you, no, it doesn't happen like that. You literally also work, because usebenzela lo msamo lona obize. Imagine uhambe uyehlupheka and then you come back. Now you have to start working for lesikhwama lesiphiwa. Imagine how stressful that is. Honestly, you'd sit down and say, oh my God, this thing is a scam. Because it is just frustrating. It is frustrating. I don't want to lie to you. It is frustrating. So the signs are there. The dreams have to tell you nakona. Don't be too quick to jump at I dream myself at a mountain. We're spiritual people. If you need to dream, man, this is taking me back to basic things, but that is why we are here. That is why we are here. I don't want you guys to fall into the trap. Don't let someone blackmail you when filanga. Impelianyisa, guys, we come from COVID. There's a lot of things happening and and I don't want you to fall scam because you can't find that job, because you can't do this. No. Like literally it was blacklist you from life because umelo uyotwasa. That's what happening. And then after that, okay, you open window. You understand that? But now you cannot go to like blacklisted before uyotwasa and then almost uyotwasa. Your life is worse than it was initially. Or blacklisted like in every spectrum of your life. You need to now sit down and be like, but what was all of this? What is all of this for? That is why or someone, it is because of all these things that are happening. Misdiagnosis. Sometimes even you find umuntu is misdiagnosing you because they also have an ulterior motive or they want to benefit from you financially. Learn to say no. You exercise the word no and always do that thing namadlozi wakho, man. Get in touch with your ancestors, communicate namadlozi wakho. And no matter how long it takes, you must wait. Because I think the problem is that we want to rush into these things. I always give you my story as an example. I received my calling and then 10 years later, I didn't accept first time. I was like, I'm coming, Coco. No, it was not like that. I was like, me, never, not in a million years. But it took spiritual maturity and growth and, sufferings and whatever, blah, 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 to get me where it got me. So what I'm trying to say to you is that misdiagnosis happen. You find people are stuck in debt today. Nisa patala, abogobela. You left a job because you were promised a fancy life. You left a job because you were told there's a lot of things are happening. Before you make such big decisions, think big, think tomorrow, think all of these things. And funisisa, there's nothing wrong with being gifted, but I think you should be grateful if you have a gift. And probably you are a dreamer, whatever the case might be, and it is good. But ungakhaleli ukubizwa. Kubuhlungu ukubiza. Kubuhlungu. Yazi le ncwadi mase iphumile and they like it's now your time. Eish, bruh, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. So misdiagnosis happen. Honestly bebathi wonke umuntu ogula ngekhanda whatever fuza kube bonke labantu laba basemigwaqweni esibabonayo abangagezi abangenzi kube actually kunephehlo in every streets, because that's what we are saying. When you're not feeling okay, hambo twasa umuntu photha mama uthi kanti uzoya esikhathini loyo muntu loyo, but automatically because you went to go consult and you were like moody, you're being told that no namadlozi uthi no anginawo but unalo ukangaliboni liza nini, because you are born with your spiritual gift. Uzalwe nasi sipho sakho. So what happens is that the gift gets illuminated. I always say angeke umfundise umuntu ukuthi alaphe. What happens is that idlozi takes over. Uzohamba uyomthwasisa, but uma seqedile, the real iphehlo starts uma esephumile lapho idlozi lakho uma limsiza. So if you find yourself ukuthi you come back and nothing, because such instances they go bayotwasa and uthi consulta wena, because bathi uzwile bathi kunethwasa eliqeda ukubuya uthi consulta, usathi consulta umuntu ngicela ubambe kancane tu ufanele ugabela like Thokozani baba ninjani siyaphila baba konje umuntu makaphethwe inhloko fuze ngimenzeleni liyashisa baba ikhanda lapho liyashisa la. Such situations, and then you ask yourself, but what is this? Or uya consulta umuntu WhatsApp ugobela wakho ukuthi konje baba in no man, no, stop with the nonsense and all of these things. Let us just be realistic, because I think as a black people we are falling for the scam yokuba isangoma. It's a scam, guys, these days, because you never know. People are being trained to lie. That is the truth. I don't care. If you got the consequence, it's because the shoe fits. People are being trained to lie, to lie, to lie, and you fall scam for these lies because abantu badlisa imithi ukuthi nibezwe. Angithi ngibuya khona mina uyagcatshwa elimini la ugcatshwe wenze kuze abantu bazokulalela, but uma unesipho unedlozi una yonke lento lena, lezo zinto lezo you don't have to do them because you are speaking from within and kusuke kuamandla wedlozi lakho. Things happen, you know. You find yourself ungena endumbeni yomuntu, you start feeling dizzy. Ziyabeka izinto emnyango so that when you get there you start feeling my head nini uphaphambile bese bathi hayi so sephehlweni, and you ask yourself, how the fuck did that happen? Because such things happen. So there's scams, there's misdiagnosis, there's a lot of things, but I'm trying to say to you, be open-minded spiritually. Rather sit at home, nothing much. Carry on with life. Also, good bad teen, let them guide you and whatever the case might be. But don't allow yourself to fall trap and think, would you think your grandmother would kill you, your great-grandmother, while you are the only surviving seed lapha ekhaya? You are the one ongamisa isibongo sasegini, but they say to you, lungisa umsamo wenzeni nenjikijiki sizokubulala. Amadoda ayabulala. No, maybe I'm speaking from a misinformed point, but that's very rare. Like so kubuthakathi nakhona futhi ufile sicacise nje ukuthi sometimes there is witchcraft. It's just that there's misdiagnosis. Endlini ubona izinto, yes uzozibona uma kunezinto ezingcolile, but that doesn't mean uyisangoma. Hey mina abantu bayangisinda. Yes, you're a spiritual person, abantu bazokusinda. Kunokusinda kwakho, but kunokusindwa komuntu omela. Like there's why are we here again? Because we need to keep it moving. So let us find the balance before we start going into other things and whatever the case might be. So I think I do owe you a live. So we will be having one very soon. It's just that I need to sort out myself and have ample time to do so, but I'll be back with that. But other than that, thank you so much for coming through to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And once again, it was another Oh My Lordzy video. Do leave your comments down below of any misdiagnosis that you know, whatever it is. I will surely read them and get back to you. But thank you so much for choosing to watch my video. Do like. I am Thokozani.